begin, we want to give a big shout out to our awesome sponsors. The first is the Grumpy Cookies for all of your fandom and D&D related needs or merch, your one-stop shop for all things fandom. Whether you're looking for the perfect Dungeons and Dragons gear, Doctor Who merch, or any other fandom apparel, they've got you covered. Check them out at www.thegrumpycookies.com for all your custom designs and anime clothing needs.
And we checked them out last week. They've got a bunch of different anime stuff. They do have their own brand, Grumpy Cookie self-promotion, of course, but they got tons and tons of different apparel. And they're local, right?
Yes, they are local.
They are local to us here in Sacramento. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So
I did not know that. Awesome.
Yeah, and of course, a heartfelt thanks to Describe, DSCRYB, the ultimate source for immersive D&D sounds and music. Elevate your game with expertly crafted soundscapes, perfect for any adventuring party, and let them help you bring your world to life.
Stay tuned.
okay. Thank you very much for being here.
Tech support to the rescue.
If you have a folder with all your stuff, make sure you save it and back it up.
Ooh, we're having some
I
technical
don't need it,
difficulties.
no matter which one I click on.
Yeah, Kenkubot is not playing.
Oh no, did they get it? They always get them.
They always freaking do that, man. Device settings. Wait.
Like, yo, we pay for this.
Is Mir okay?
License.
Yeah.
Questionable.
I just do math. Nope, didn't work.
If you go back to your Roll20 account outside of the actual game, you can probably change your name there, and then it would make it easier to find your name there, Mia.
Oh, you're talking to Mia.
Oh, really?
Well, we will carry on. The show must go on. So, unfortunately, my friends, we will not have music tonight, but we will continue forward. With that said, today's session is titled When Stars Go Dark. And let us suspend our disbelief as we enter into today's episode of Dungeons and Dragons. The monastery of the Seven Rays does not sleep. Even at 3 a.m, you can hear it. The whisper of water flowing through carved channels. The distant rhythm of monks moving through their meditations. The barely audible hum of ancient wards threaded through stone like veins of protective light. But tonight, the monastery feels different. It feels heavy. The image is still burned into your minds. Nadia. Small hands clutching each of you. Her eyes too large for her face, looking back at you as she walked with Master Batu. She didn't cry. She should have cried. Children her age cry when they're afraid, but Nadia has learned somewhere in her short 8 years that crying doesn't change anything. So instead, she just looked at you, each of you, like she was trying to memorize your faces. Like she knew what you were all beginning to suspect, that this might be the last time. The heavy wooden doors closed behind her with a sound like a tomb ceiling. The warm light from the chamber beyond, safe, alive, narrowed to a sliver, then a thread, then nothing. Darkness, except for the blue, dim light that poured through the room, emanating from the stones hovering just above the sconces. But even in this darkness, Master Batu's voice, muffled but clear, resonated through each of you. She will be protected. Rest now. You have earned it. But even as he said it, you all heard the unspoken truth underneath. For now. She'll be protected for now. The grand entry hall of the monastery is a study in contradictions, vast enough to hold 100 people, yet intimate in the way the lamplight catches the geometric patterns carved into every surface. The air smells of sandalwood incense and cold mountain stone. Somewhere above, in one of the higher echelons, a bell chimes once, a single clear note that seems to hang in the air longer than it should. You stand in a loose cluster, exhausted beyond measure, but too wired to simply walk away. William and Mia stand close together, not touching, but the space between them charged with unspoken conversation. William's hand rests on his hammer hilt. It always does. Even in here, in what should be a sanctuary, William, you find you cannot let your guard down. Sarek leans against one of the massive pillars, arms crossed, his ranger's eyes constantly scanning. The shadows, the archways, the monks moving through distant corridors looking for threats that might not exist or threats that definitely do. Ren sits on the edge of the stepped fountain at the hall's center, fingers absently tracing patterns in the flowing water. The motion is meditative, but you can see the tension in her shoulders. This person who always has words has been quiet for far too long. Vandal, pacing near the stairs, those long, descending stairs that spiral downward into the deeper levels of the monastery. 13 levels, Master Batu said. 13 levels carved into living stone, each one older than the last, each one holding secrets the monks won't speak aloud. The gnome's eyes are unfocused, his normally sharp mind dulled by exhaustion and something else. Obsession, maybe? Or the desperate need to do something when there's nothing left to do. Zin is crouched on one of the upper steps, balanced perfectly on the balls of his feet, watching everything with that peculiar stillness that he seems to have cultivated. But his tail flicks once, twice. A tell. He's as unsettled as the rest of you, and Nyx. Nyx and Stolas are gone. Not far, you saw them slip away 15 minutes ago. The Radfolk necromancer and the elegant individual moving toward one of the side chambers with the kind of purposeful silence that says, "We need to talk alone." Nyx's hands was pressed against her satchel. Stolas's expression was unreadable, as always, but there was something in the way that he walked, a heaviness, like he was carrying a weight only he could feel. And then it happens, without warning. Vandal takes another step toward the stairs. Just one more look, just one more moment of restless motion, and his legs simply give out. Exhaustion doesn't ask permission. It doesn't give warnings. It just takes. The gnome's eyes roll back, his knees buckle, and he pitched forward with the stairs. The sound of a body tumbling down stone steps. Thud, crack, tumble. Each impact distinct, echoing in the vast space like drum beats. And Zim rushed down. And Zin, as you rushed down, you saw 2 monks already there. They appeared from nowhere, or from the shadows, from some hidden alcove you didn't notice, silent as thought, and their hands already reaching for Vandal, checking for injuries with practice efficiency. They didn't speak until you spoke to them, and you watched in almost horror and strange fascination as one of the monks pulled the face mask down and revealed a tongue that had been severed, no longer in the mouth. Noting that, Zin, you scooped Vandal up, made sure that he was okay, and realized he was still breathing. Steady, deep, the kind of breathing that comes when the body finally forces sleep. And you began to pick up the tools of Vandal's items scattered across the steps. Small gears, thin wires, half-finished schematics of parchment now crumpled and torn. And the other monks began to gather as well, picking up his pack and then handing it over to you. And then the monks led the way without a word, but with a blur of motions in their hand, and you recognized it as sign language. And finally, Zin, you reached a place set up for you and the rest of the party to sleep. And you laid Vandal down, watched momentarily, and then you yourself took an opportunity to find rest, much needed rest. That's right about the time when you, William, began to take note of Nyx's and Stolas's absence. And after speaking with Sarek, you each decided, the 2 of you, to take watch, even here in the monastery, with Mia walking over to a bed and resting, Sarek taking first watch. William, you moved over to where you saw Nyx and Solas walk down a corridor and into a different room, and you looked quickly back at Mia and at Sarek as he rested against one of the pillars, still ever watchful and satisfied that for the moment everyone would be safe. You walked toward the corridor and saw Nyx and Stolas speaking with one of the masters. Master Suyin, the healer, the one with the kind eyes and trembling hands. And you walked upon an already preceding conversation, hearing them speaking in low voices, but the master's acoustics were strange and sound travels in ways that it shouldn't. Suyin's voice gentle but grave. The bond has deepened. I can feel it from here. The voice. He's not just speaking to you anymore. He's Nyx's voice raw. He's inside me, I know. I can feel him. In my thoughts, in my dreams, sometimes I can't tell which ideas are mine and which are his. Stolas, measured and careful. Is there a way to sever the connection? A long pause. Suyin. There is. But it is dangerous. The ritual has been performed only a few times in the history of this monastery. Of the few times, 6 subjects died. 3 went mad. The rest were forever changed. You heard Nyx. What does forever changed mean? And the master, Suyin. The bond between you and Hirvin. It's not just magical. It's become part of your identity. Part of your mind, part of your soul. To sever it would be to cut away a piece of yourself. Silence. Nyx. And if I don't do it? Suyin's voice drops to almost a whisper. Then one day, you will wake up and not be you anymore. You will be him, wearing your face, living your life. And you will simply cease to exist. Another silence, longer. Suyin. You don't have to decide now, but you should decide soon. The ritual requires 3 days of preparation, and I fear we may not have 3 days. Rest, think, pray if you know how. And when you're ready, find me. And as this proceeded, William, you stepped in. And you pledged to stand beside Nyx's side through all of it. And as Suyin left dear Nyx in Stolas' capable hands, extending grace to each of you and letting you know that she had other matters to attend to, which must be seen, she excused herself from the conversation. And as each of you were about to turn to meet up with Sarek and to find rest, you each heard footsteps coming up the stairwell just behind each of you. As the monk standing in front of the doorway to the stairwell moved aside, a woman, height, leather bindings wrapped around her very lithe body, beautiful by all accounts, slick
listening.
brown hair, walked in, took a look at each of you and said, "Ah, this is where they keep the dangerous ones." She eyes each of you warily. You note that she is quick on her feet, a weapon by all accounts. She has honed her body in such a way that she is able to respond or disengage in a moment's notice. And she is currently standing on the balls of her feet. She's eyeing each of you. Stolas, Nyx, William, what are you doing?
When she says the dangerous ones, Nyx visibly shrinks back a little bit and mutters out a soft apology as she sort of hides herself between Stolas and William.
William would, in that same motion, kind of step, not forward fully, like just step a foot forward to create a little bit more space for Nyx to tuck behind, as he just kind of chuffs a little as he goes,
"Only dangerous when pushed to be dangerous."
And isn't that rather rash of you to so brazenly just come up and disrespect someone without even knowing who they are? If we're that dangerous, who knows what we might.
Well, I can tell when fighters, warriors, weapons are in my presence. Didn't mean to scare any of you away. The name's Ridley. Very nice to meet you. Didn't expect any other non-monks or participants, adepts, or initiates to be here in the monastery. Simply caught me off guard. And to who do I owe the pleasure? She looks at the three of you.
William would kind of bring a fist up to his chest, nod.
"William."
And then he would kind of glance down, put a gentle protective hand on top. Is Nyx's hood up or is it down?
It is currently down.
Okay. Then rather than putting gauntlet on top of your head, he would crouch a little bit just to be able to put a hand on your shoulder as he goes,
"The little one's Nyx."
and then he would kind of look up to Stolas and let Stolas speak for himself.
Stolas, charmed, I'm sure, and I'll reach out my hand like I have a ring on my finger, expecting her to kiss it.
Is is this on the south entrance where those steps are? Way down there?
Yes.
I
This is
think
where she
we're
came from?
here.
Oh, no, in the north.
Is there more entrances then? Like, where did she come from then? I thought that she came from the south.
She came from downstairs, but the stairs were up at the top.
Oh, that stairwell. Okay.
Yeah,
I see. Thank you.
I put some text down.
Thank you. I would have been talking the opposite direction. Can me and Mia see this interaction from here, or
Mia has gone to sleep.
oh,
Me? Wait.
I believe last time you
Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't know.
okay. So as I'm beginning my shift, I'm kind of just walking around the courtyard
So who's standing guard?
or the inner circle. I am.
So
I
you're
noticed the
walking up.
interaction.
Sir?
Yeah, I noticed the interaction, and I kind of just I'm monitoring things, just kind of hanging out in the back.
Okay. Give me a perception check, Sarek.
Sorry about that.
Sarek, as you approach, you see her auburn hair pulled back in a very practical, slicked back braid, warm, intelligent eyes. You see very well kept, well oiled leather armor. She clocks you, and you see her eyes flick to you, and then back to William and the group in front of her, and she says, "Well, I apologize. I didn't mean to intrude." Her voice very kind and slightly apologetic. I was just finishing some late night research in the archive and got completely turned around. You know, this monastery is a maze after dark.
As she clocks me, I'm gonna exactly clock her at the same time and let her know that I'm paying attention to her.
How long are
Go to
you
bed, William.
staying? Oh, William, yeah, she seems like she's a bit self-deprecating, but for all intents and purposes, a very kind individual. And seems on the up.
Seems legit.
Yeah. How long are you staying?
I'm going to kind of walk up in between Stolas and William. Oh shit, I think I lost my character. Okay. Hello. My name is Sarek. I feel like this information should have been provided to you. Hence you're heading your way into our quarters currently. Is there something we can help you with?
She looks at you inquisitively, Sarek. Squints her eyes. These are not your quarters, my friend. They are the entry hall. Welcome to all individuals of the monastery. Seems like you might be a bit confused. And at that, she looks and chuckles at the monk standing next to her, who at this point has not moved from his post. And she elbows him a little, and she says, "Can you believe our friend, Reginald?" No. But why do you say I should know this? I don't know you from Stephen. By the way, my name is Ridley. And who do I have the acquaintance of?
My name is Sarek.
Very nice to meet you, Sarek. Are you among these three?
Indeed.
Well, very nice to meet you.
Pleasure's mine. My curiosity strikes. Is there something that we can help you with particularly?
Oh, no, I just was caught off guard by newcomers. Was trying to strike up a friendly conversation.
Well, very nice. Well, we are indeed friendly, so pleasure to have met you.
Quite.
And you will see Sarek kind of look away. He's a little rosy-cheeked, slightly intimidated by her presence.
Somewhere in the back of his head, wood.
Leather. Very tight. And Sarek is going to attempt to turn around and kind of stumble over his feet a little bit. And yeah, I'm just gonna get back to my post. Nice to meet you. I'll be over here if you need me.
Good to know.
And Sarek just kind of walks away and pats William on the shoulder. You guys got this. Yeah. And then inner monologue, Sarek is like, "You idiot! You completely blew it."
And that one's on Sarek. As Sarek walks away, William's just watching him walk away. So Sarek, do I piece together?
You see Sarek as he's walking away, his head is shaking a little bit as he's putting his hand on his forehead and you could clearly see, I'm having a conversation with myself. Stupid.
Which, I'm just gonna kind of watch for a few moments longer.
She is pretty.
He kind of leans towards Stolas ever so slightly.
Are you getting this, Starboy?
And she smells good. Can smell her from here.
I probably don't hear you saying all this, but just like your body language, William's just kind of piecing it together, and he's like marveling because Sarek's normally been the kind of cool, calm, quiet outlier, and flustered Sarek is interesting.
I don't think we've ran into very many pretty women yet.
OOC. Nope. Not.
What about Nadia?
Oh, dang.
Well,
women
do either.
You know what I mean.
Let me help him out.
That's
He means
supposed to
pretty
mean?
women who are either not already engaged, as it were, or doesn't talk excessively too much.
That's acceptable. I'll allow it.
Sarek has a rule. He doesn't. Yeah.
35 words per minute is just a little. No, I'm kidding.
He doesn't canoodle where he poodles.
Yeah.
Sorry. In the case of Ren, it's more like 35
I
words
don't hardy
per
where I
second.
party, if you know what I mean.
Acceptable. These are all acceptable answers. You guys passed today.
But regardless, William leans towards Stolas. Is like,
You see this, Starboy?
If you guys are paying attention to my body language, you see Sarek you kind of look back. You see him try and take another glimpse at Ridley, and then continues walking.
As you ask this of Stolas has not even paid any attention to this. He's still looking at the woman, and he's like, yes, completely. So you said that you were studying something? Tell me, I fancy myself a bit of a scholar myself.
She looks at you, and she goes, "Oh, yes, I'm studying the historical intersections between dream magic and reality erosion." She flicks her wrists in a circular motion. mostly dry academic stuff. But lately, you watch as she pulls out a brown, very scuffed up leather journal, opens it up. It has a clasp on the front. She lifts it and begins to flip through the parchment and covered in notes and diagrams. I've been finding references to something called dream steel. Have you heard of it?
Have
William
I
just
ever
kind
heard of Dreamsteel DM?
Give me a history check.
And like when she starts like rambling, William kind of nods for a few moments, claps Stolas gently on the shoulder, and goes,
Yeah, Starboy likes books. Those are words. I'm gonna let you two have it.
and he's going to turn around and start walking towards Sarek.
Right.
Like in the back of his head, he's like, "Yeah, I know some of those words, just not in that order."
Love it.
Let me see. Dreamsteel, and I'll pull out just like a book from my journal and like flip through it as I will cast guidance on myself.
Beautiful.
15.
15. You have Stolas. Okay, let me see my notes. The name Dreamstill. Let's see, how do I want to do this? It triggers a memory, fragments from a couple different sources, and especially for you, Stolas, as you hear the word, you begin to piece it together like a constellation forming in your mind. Do you want this public knowledge or do you want this private?
You can have it public. Let's do public.
Okay. From some of your familial, I'll say it like that, familial archives during your training, Stolas, you had access to the Codex Lacrimarum, the Book of Tears, a catalog of forbidden weapons across the plains. Dreamsteel had an entry, though much of it was redacted or written in ciphers that even you couldn't decode. However, what you remember is Dreamsteel was a blade of unmaking, forged in the space between waking and sleeping, between being and unbeing. It does not kill, it unmakes. Victims are completely severed from the tapestry of fate. Soul cannot be retrieved, identity cannot be restored, even divine beings forget. The entry included a warning in red ink. Possession of Dreamsteel constitutes a threat to planar stability. Authorized use, none. Unauthorized use, automatic intervention by celestial infernal concordate.
Damn.
Red flag.
Additionally, you have studied with a 15. You have studied apocalyptic prophecies across cultures, and Dreamsteel appears in several. In the Zakaran fragments, ancient text predating the current empire. When the blade that severs dreams is drawn, the stars shall weep silver. The forgotten ones shall rise, and that which anchors shall fall. In the scrolls of Chronos, temporal prophecies, Beware the weapon that kills backward through time. What it slays was never born. What it touches was never real. And in the planar concordance, cross-planar historical records, Stolas, 3 times Dream Still has been used in recorded history. 3 times entire civilizations vanished, not destroyed, forgotten. We know they existed only because of the gaps they left behind.
Yes, the highly destructive and volatile Dream Steel. And I will give a Spark Notes description of that to Nixon and William if he is still within earshot.
Okay. She says,
Like,
"Oh,
the moment
go
you
ahead."
start, the moment that he hears volatile, William immediately turns around and is re-engaging into the narrative. He's like, "Oh no, I have danger info. I need to hear."
She notices, or she listens to you, and then she notices the re-engagement, William, and she says, "Yes, so you do know it. Fascinating. Well, the texts here are fragmentary, but from what I can piece together, it's a weapon that doesn't just kill, it erases, like the person never existed at all. The monks here won't talk about it. They get very quiet when I ask, which makes me think they know more than they're saying. Even the masters themselves will not speak of its existence, only in myth or legend."
Yes, but from those myths and legends, we got such stories, such as the destroyed Zakaran Empire and how it was clearly wiped off the face of the planet. Wiped from history.
I was not aware of that. Do say more.
Well, I would love to go into more details, but and I'll kind of look around at the others. It is a little late, even for the scholar types. Perhaps we can convene at a future time, and we can compare notes.
Yes, I like this. And let me say, look, I know you don't know me, but if you need anything while you're here, information from the archives, someone to talk to who isn't a monk, an extra pair of hands, I'm in the Scholar's Wing, third door on the left, and seriously, I mean it. She reaches out and she pulls out a small crystal. Here. And she hands it over to you, Stolas.
He'll take it in his hand.
It's a sending stone, nothing fancy, just standard issue for researchers who get lost in archives. If you need to reach me, just hold it and think of my name. It'll find me.
Right, then. I shall be in touch. As long as you don't mind working with the dangerous folks.
Oh, I don't.
And I'll give her like a wry smile.
She smiles very kindly back at you. She turns, and then she stops mid-step. And she turns back and glances at you, Nyx. One more thing. I overheard Master Suyin mention something about a ritual. If you're considering it, be careful. I've read accounts of severance rituals. The success rate is not great. Make sure you trust the person performing it, and make sure you're absolutely certain it's what you want. Sometimes the cure is worse than the disease.
When she says that, Nyx glances away for a second and she looks up at her again and asks, "Are you available for just a little bit longer?" Please.
She pauses. Sure. She nods. What can I help you with?
Stolas and William are still there, right?
Yes.
She's gonna look at them for a moment and then back at Ridley, right?
Yes.
Alone, please?
You're asking her to join you alone?
Yeah.
Of course.
William would kind of give a reluctant nod, crouch down again just to put a comforting hand on Nyx's shoulder before turning and moving away.
Damn, she's getting farther than either you two men.
And Stolas will kind of step away, and as he follows William, Nyx, you will hear Stolas' voice in your mind. If you need help, remember the safety word. Just think it, and we'll come barging right over. And we will exit.
As they're exiting, Nyx will whisper a quiet thank you to both of them.
Nyx, as you turn back, give me a perception check. Vandal. It is bounce wow wow.
My character sheet is taking so long to load up. I am so sorry.
No, you're good. It's roll 20. Ren said she could roll for you. Okay. You notice her expression becomes serious. She speaks. She says, "Severance ritual. You're considering it, aren't you?"
Nyx lets out a soft sigh and nods, but it feels like both options, whether to keep it or to attempt the ritual, will both be in vain. I'm so conflicted. I don't know what to do.
She says, "I sympathize. I truly do. I would not wish to be in your position. Would you like me to let you know what I know? Not from the monk's sanitized version, but from the actual historical records I've been reading?"
Yes, please.
She takes the journal that she had placed under her arm and flips it to a marked page. The monastery has performed 14 severance rituals in the last 500 years. That's documented. There might be more that weren't recorded. She runs her finger down the notes. 6 subjects died during the ritual. The bond was too deep, and when it was severed, it took vital parts of them with it, like cutting out a tumor that's wrapped around an artery. 3 subjects survived but went mad. They couldn't reconcile the absence. They kept reaching for power that was no longer there. Kept hearing voices that had gone silent. One of them clawed out their own eyes because they said they could still see the truth even though the connection was gone. 5 subjects survived and were forever changed. That's the phrase the records use. Forever changed. She looks at you, Nyx. Want to know what that actually means? She doesn't wait for an answer. One lost the ability to feel emotions. Not numb. Gone. Like the part of her that could feel had been excised along with the bond. Another lost all memories from before the binding. Decades of life just erased. She had to relearn who she was. But she never did. A third became hypersensitive to magic. Every spell cast within 100 feet felt like being stabbed all over her body. She lived the rest of her life in a dead magic zone in the middle of nowhere. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this because you deserve to know the real odds, not the gentle versions Master Suyin gives you because she's trying to be kind. So, Nyx, was it? That's your name?
Yes.
What are you bound to? How deep does it go?
I don't know, but he's deep enough to convince me to do things that I wouldn't normally do. And that scares me. His name is Tirvin.
Roll history, Ridley.
That's what she's doing right now. Bless you. As she hears you utter that name, Nyx, or give me an insight check, Nyx.
Oh, my insight is not good. Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay. That is very good.
Let's go, dirty 20.
Oh, yeah.
For just a fraction of a second, less than a heartbeat, Ridley's mask slips. Her eyes widen, her breath catches, her hand that was casually resting on her journal tightens into a white-knuckled grip. And you see it. And then she recovers. That wasn't the reaction of a scholar learning something academically interesting. You know. That was the reaction of someone learning intelligence that changes everything. She sits down. Not on a chair, she just sits on the floor. Tirvin. Her voice is barely a whisper. The Tirvin. The last neuromancer. She looks at you, Nyx, with something that might actually be genuine awe. With that 20. You are carrying the consciousness of the last person to hold the role that the child they just received holds now. The last person who anchored the dream realm before her. Nix, do you understand what this means? Do you understand what you're holding? Tyrvin disappeared over 150 years ago. The records say he vanished during a time where everything ceased. No body, no trace. The dream realm destabilized for decades until a new prime was born to replace him. There were theories, conspiracy theories really, that he didn't die, that he found a way to escape the prime's burden, that he trapped himself somewhere waiting, but no one ever found proof. And then she looks at you. Until now. How long have you been carrying him? When did you first hear his voice? What does he want? Has he told you? Can he access your thoughts, your memories? Does he know about the other prime?
He knows about the prime. He tried to prevent me from bringing her here, actually. I've just had him a little less than a year now. I first heard him when my family had passed away, and he promised he could bring them back.
Nix, listen to me very carefully. This changes everything about your situation. She leans forward, very intense. Tyrvin was prime for... The records aren't clear, but at least 70 years, maybe longer, most likely longer. There are theories that he was actually manifested for thousands of years, but he understands the mechanics of that role better than anyone alive, better than the monks, better than goodness, probably the goddess Cronella herself. If he knows Nadia exists, if he knows she's the current anchor, he might not be trying to be here just for you. He might be trying to get to the child. Nix, give me a perception check, please.
16. Oh no, am I a danger to her?
Remember the safety word.
You pick up.
What was the safe word? Oh no!
Pineapples.
Nix, your eyes flick up at the name. You catch that she said Nadia's name. Think about it. Tyrvin escapes the Prime's burden by trapping himself in a phylactery. He waits and waits and waits. For over 150 years, he waits for someone to find him. And then you do. Someone with the magical affinity to actually host him. Someone connected to magic in the way that you are connected, which is close enough to dream magic that he can work with. He starts slow, a whisper, a suggestion, building trust, building dependency, making you think he's just a voice, just a companion. But all along, he's been integrating, becoming part of you. And once he's fully integrated, once he's wearing your body like a suit, he can walk right into this monastery, right past the wards that are designed to keep out threats, because you are not a threat. And he can get close to the child. And then what? Does he try to reclaim the prime role? Does he try to transfer it to himself? Does he kill her so the role becomes vacant? She spreads her hands. I don't know. But I know this. A former prime who spent over 150 years trapped. Waiting is not going to have benevolent plans for the current prime. The severance ritual the monks are offering, Nyx, I don't think they understand what they're dealing with. They think you are bound to a normal entity, a demon maybe, a ghost, something they've handled before, but a former prime. The severance will not work. Or worse, it might trigger something, force him to make his move before he's ready, before you're ready. And the transference ritual I mentioned, moving him from a constructed vessel, that might not work either, because he isn't just in you. He knows how to manipulate the dream realm. He might be able to resist the transference or corrupt the vessel. I need to research this more. I need to find out if there are any records of how to contain a former prime. This is so far beyond anything I've studied.
So, what are you recommending then? It's not safe to do the severance ritual then.
You watch as she clasps her hands. Okay. Here's what I think we should do. First, I need to search the archives for any information on Tiervan specifically. Historical records, personal journals, anything that might tell us what his goals were, what his weaknesses were. Second, you need to avoid the severance ritual until we know more. Tell Master Suyin you need time to think. Don't let them rush you into something that might make this worse. Third, and this is important, don't tell anyone about Tiervan. Not yet. If the monks find out you're carrying a form of prime, they might panic, they might lock you up. For everyone's safety, they might try to perform an emergency exorcism that kills you both. And if the wrong people find out, she doesn't finish the sentence, Nyx. But the implication is clear. Your immediate thought goes to the Midnight Eye. Keep it between us for now. You, me, Stolas. We figure out what we're dealing with, and then we bring in the others when we have a plan.
How much?
Nyx, give me an insight check, please.
Okay. $19, DM.
Good rolls, good rolls.
I love how they're only happening when it's important.
We take those.
Those are the best rolls.
She seems to be genuinely concerned for your well-being. Stolas, William, are you guys able to hear any of this?
I mean, if a passive 19 does.
Does a passive 17?
Yeah, I would say. Go ahead and give me insight checks.
Is there a distance to how far we can hear these kind of conversations? I mean, we're on the other side of the room.
You guys are all the way on the other side?
They walked all the way to the south side.
We had left the room to give them space to talk.
How far away
that-
would you say you walked?
I
mean-
would have. I probably would have walked as far as would be conceivably earshot to the average person, but given the fact that with the military background, being ever cautious, ever vigilant, his perceptive capabilities is not on par with Stolas and probably Sarek, but it's better than the
Pretty
average
good.
Joe.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'd still give you guys the insight. As you guys go ahead and roll it for me, William. Sarek, how far would you be away?
I'm just making my rounds, and I was like roughly here to here. Like these
Okay.
were kind of like where I was.
Go ahead and give me an insight as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, as you guys linger just within range, remaining ever protective of little Nyx, ensuring that this new stranger is not any sort of plant. You remain hyper aware of the conversation, not picking up everything, but picking up just enough to piece together the flow of the conversation. And hearing the tone of her voice, you gather that she is genuinely concerned. With that, Nyx,
Yeah, seeing her worried reaction and Nyx asks, how much longer do you think I have until he takes over?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to go back to the archives and begin research. I will let you know what I find.
Is there anything that I can do to help in the meantime?
In the meantime, go rest.
Okay. Thank you.
She nods.
And with that, Nyx will exit the room and go back.
And she turns around and heads back downstairs. You watch as she fades from view in the darkness, and the monk steps back in place. Yes, the music is coming through the game now. With that, we move over to Zin, Vandal, Ren, and Mia. Let me ask each of you, do you want this public or private?
Who are you talking to?
Each of you.
I'm unconscious, so I don't think I get an opinion on this.
You do.
I mean, I'd rather have public. Just keep
Okay.
informative.
Likewise, public.
All right. And let's do this. Let me go back to my notes. I'm going to start with Ren. Ren, as sleep finds you, it is not as restful as you would hope it be. You lay there tossing and turning, the sounds of the water, the chimes of bells distant. And you turn, and then darkness. And Ren, you wake up on stage. Not a familiar one, not the monastery, not Hazuz. A stage carved from black glass, polished to a mirror shine. You can see yourself reflected in it, but the reflection is slightly off. It blinks a moment after you do. It smiles when you're not smiling. And you look off in the distance, rows and rows of seats stretching into infinity, all empty. All except one. In the front row, center seat, sits a child. She is small, maybe 7 or 8 years old. She has a dark hair that is covering a majority of her face, though through the strands, she looks familiar, but you can't place her. She claps once, twice, 3 times. Her voice is too loud.
Sing for me.
Sing for me. What do you do? Oh, okay. All right. As you sing, your voice cracks. The notes come out wrong. Go ahead and role play it out for us.
Potatoes.
Huh? I don't remember the word, but it sounded kind of like this. The end. And she bows, looking around, trying to make out if there's anyone else there.
No. As you look around, there's absolutely no one except for this small child center row in the front. The child listens, she does not move, she does not blink, and when you finish, she says, "Again. But this time, sing with your blood." You look down at your hands. Your fingers are bleeding, not from wounds. Your fingertips are opening like mouths, and your blood is singing. Every drop that falls makes a note, a pure crystalline tone. Ding, 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 ding. The child smiles. Better, but still not enough. Sing with your bones. Your skeleton begins to vibrate, harmonizing with the blood song. It doesn't hurt. That's the worst part. It feels right. The child stands. Now, sing with your soul. Give me a charisma save.
William doesn't know yet. He's not asleep yet to know what we're dreaming.
Nope. Nope. You feel something pull from deep inside you. Your sense of self, your memories, your identities, your purpose begins to unravel into music. You are becoming a song, Ren, and the song is not yours. You look at the audience again. The seats are no longer empty. They are filled with versions of you, hundreds of Wrens, thousands, all sitting, all watching, all singing the same song in perfect unison. You realize you're not the performer. You are the audience. You've always been the audience. The you on stage is just one note in an infinite composition. The stage cracks, the black glass shatters, and beneath it is void. Not darkness, not emptiness, void. A space where nothing has ever existed and nothing ever will. And falling into it, you hear the child's voice now ringing out as Nadia's voice. Thank you for the music. I will remember it when you are gone. You wake up. Your throat is raw. You've been screaming. The doorway opens up, and two of the monks look in and walk in and check on you. Meanwhile, Vandal.
Yes.
You quickly fall asleep as you passed out on the stairs, and Zin carried you to bed. The last thing that you remember is taking that first step down the steps. And suddenly, around you, the world shifts and you find yourself in a workshop. Your workshop. Or a workshop. It looks right, but around you it feels wrong. Your tools are familiar, your workbench, all of the half-finished projects, but everything is too precise. Every gear is perfectly aligned, every bolt is tightened to exact specifications. There's none of your unique creative chaos. And you look around and your fingers run across the tools, your tinkerer's tools, runs across your vials, liquid bubbling in it still, the warmth of it so warm. You can feel your fingers catch just slightly on the curvature of the glass bulbs, and then you move over to a different project and you run your finger across the clockwork contraptions. And then you turn as your dream shifts, your vision blurs, and suddenly you see in the center of the room a machine. You don't remember building it, but you recognize your work, your style, your engineering. It's beautiful. A perfect clockwork construct the size of a human standing motionless. You admire it. And then it turns its head. It looks at you. Hello, creator. The deep voice, a rumble. What do you do?
Wondering why it's not exploding at this point.
Do you wonder aloud?
I mean, I would probably sort of, take a spanner to it and then just sort of bonk it on the chest plate just to see if it explodes.
Sure, give me an investigation check. William. Make me real, father.
Figures.
I really wish that second one would count.
You approach it cautiously, studying its construction. You bop it with you pick up a close wrench, seeing one lying on one of the tables next to you, and you clink it against the chest. You see all of the moving gears and wheels spinning, belts rotating. And it doesn't explode. You see the joints are seamless, though. The gears turn without friction. The materials are unfamiliar. Metal, yes, but metal that breathes. You reach out to touch it. You see its internal structure just as your fingers graze this contraption. But you see it not with your eyes, with your mind. You see gears within gears, mechanisms within mechanisms, and at the very center, a brain. Not a mechanical brain, not a construct's consciousness core. A preserved, alive, thinking brain. Give me a wisdom save.
Is William in range?
Nope.
Negative.
Well, this is going to be probably a 1.
Sorry, you can't farm my aura.
Dang.
You recognize it, don't you? The construct speaks. It's yours. The body is your design. This mind is your mind. You hear in your head, I am what you will become when you perfect your craft. A consciousness freed from the weakness of flesh, eternal, efficient, perfect. The workshop changes, the walls fold outward, revealing more space, infinite space. Vandal, row after row after row of workbenches, and at each one a Vandal, hundreds, thousands of you, all building, all tinkering, all identical. The construct gestures. These are all you. Every version of you across every possible timeline. All working toward the same goal, all building me. And when we are finished, there will only be one Vandal. The perfect one. The one who never doubts, never hesitates, never feels. You try to run. The other Vandals turn to look at you. In perfect unison, they say, you cannot escape what you will become. You are empty. You wake up, your hands are cramping. You've been clenching them in your sleep. Your fingers are sore. Your muscles scream at you. As if you've been building in your sleep. The same aches deep in your bones, Vandal. As if you have been placing intricate gears together all night. Mia,
Yes.
It's your turn.
Mia,
Yes.
sleep comes for you quickly. The ever darkness of sleep crashes around you. You wake up in a garden. Beautiful, serene flowers everywhere. Roses, lilies, jasmine, amaranth, starburst amaranth, creeping vines. The smell is overwhelming. Too sweet. Cloying, like rot disguised as perfume. You look around, and then you see a child. Off in the distance, kneeling. You recognize it's Nadia, her back turned to you. But you see movement. You see her sitting there, kneeling in the garden, on the dewy grass, playing with a doll. And then you watch as she turns to you, and she looks up and smiles, noticing you. Mia, you came. She gets up and she runs to you, and she jumps into your arms and she hugs you tightly. This feels real. And then behind her, you see a fae. Beautiful, beautiful fairy. Purple and black, hugging her body as though she herself were wrapped in color. Too thin of arms and too long, disproportionate. Too thin and too long of legs. Too long of a neck, but beautiful in this creature's deadliness. You see this fae crying silver tears. And then she looks up at you. And she says, "Beloved child, we need to talk."
Come here to Nadia.
To you.
Who are you? want to talk about?
I am the reason your power explodes through your body. I am your patron, the morning star, Siray. Did you never question why you were granted power?
But it was to survive.
Power comes from somewhere. It must. It always does. Suddenly the scene shifts and now Saray is this being who introduced herself as Saray is farther away from you. Nadia is still holding on to you, crying as her arms are wrapped around your legs. Saray now seated on a bench where Nadia was once kneeling. A light gently cascading down upon this fey creature. Mia. Come to me. What do you do?
But right now, Nadia's still hugging me?
Yes.
Nadia. I'm not really sure how to. I
You watch as Saray moves to the very same position that Nadia was, now kneeling in the garden. She turns to you, silver leaking from her eyes, these dark, void eyes streaming down her high cheekbone, slender face, her chin coming to a single point, and she extends a thin arm, hands reaching towards you, Mia, in your direction.
Wait! Don't go! I'm coming.
Come. Come to me, child.
I appreciate the safety you have given me. Right now, The safety I want is for Nadia.
You watch as she gestures the moment that your words leave your mouth, and the garden fills with silver light. You see visions. You see Nadia older, standing in chains. The midnight eye has her. You see Gareth holding a sword of some sort, fastened with a blade made of transparent metal of some sort near her throat. You hear Suray's voice. Dream still. And you hear, do we let him erase her? Or do we act first? The scene shifts. Everything blurs together, and then blackness, and then suddenly you turn Nadia laying right in front of you. Suddenly you find yourself in the monastery. You see Nadia laying. She's holding her stomach. Blood is pouring out. A wound too severe to heal. Bleeding out. You hear Suray's voice again. Do we let her suffer through hours of agony? Or do we grant mercy? And then the scene shifts once more, Mia. You find yourself standing in some sort of temple room. A grand chasm between you and Nadia. Nadia turns. You see her eyes are hollow, filled with black. You watch as she rises up, levitating in the air, arms extended outward, horizontally, opposite each other. She looks directly at you. As her right hand moves, she brings her arm and she points her index finger directly at you. And you hear the voice. Do we try to save what's left? Or do we end her before she's used to destroy everything? The scene shifts again, and suddenly you find yourself standing directly in front of the seated Fae. I do not ask you to kill without reason. I ask you to be ready to make the hard choice when the moment comes, because it will come. And if you hesitate, everyone dies. Her, you, and then you watch as William appears right next to you, Mia. William, everything. She reaches out. She touches your face. And in that instant, the moment that her bony hands clasps over your face, your cheek, Mia, you feel her sorrow. Not as an emotion, as a physical weight. crushing, suffocating. I have watched for thousands of years, Mia. I have seen the kind-hearted fall because they could not do what was necessary. I have seen children suffer because adults were too gentle to act. I do not want that for you. I do not want that for her. The garden begins to burn. Not with fire, with silver light. Everything is dissolving into radiance. And then finally you hear her final words. When the time comes, will you be strong enough to be kind? Mia, you wake up. Sweat. Soaked. Your hands shaking. And strangely, in the palm of your right hand, Mia, you feel the weight of a dagger that isn't there. Zen.
Yes. Yep.
Zen, you lay yourself down. The bed, the uncomfortable feeling as you are so used to sleeping on rooftops and hard surfaces or in trees or
I'm under
in
the
bushes.
table.
You are under the table. Okay, thank you. Then you feel the familiar position of the ground as you stretch out your tail, lolls next to you. You feel the weight, the exhaustion of the day, of the run, of everything that you've been carrying now finally begin to peel off of you as this quest you were on, delivering Nadia to the monastery, her safety of utmost importance now fulfilled. And you find yourself relaxing into the familiar sensation of the ground. And you close your eyes. And you blink. And you find yourself in a forest. Not the World Pillar Mountains. Not anything you are familiar with. Somewhere else. You look around and the trees sway in a very strange motion to no breeze. What also strikes you is there's no sound of nature. This is wrong. The trees are too tall. Their bark is the color of old bruises, purple, yellow, green. The canopy above is so thick that no light reaches the ground. But strangely, you can see anyway. Everything is illuminated by a pale, sickly phosphorescence emanating from the moss on the trees. The smell, as you take a deep breath in, copper and rotting fruit. And then suddenly you hear breathing. Heavy, wet breathing. Not yours, somewhere close. Your body feels wrong. Give me a Constitution saving throw. You don't notice until you look down and you see your hands are already fully transformed into claws. How long have they been like this? And then a voice, not a voice, more like a pressure in your skull, speaks. Run or be hunted. Choose. What do you do?
I panic and look around.
Okay. As you panic and as you look around, you notice the breathing stops. Suddenly everything goes silent. How long do you stay like that? 1 second passes. Go ahead.
I have to find the danger. Where was it from?
In your mind. The voice was like a pressure spike in your mind. 2 seconds pass. 3 seconds pass. You're looking around. Give me a perception check. You hear rustling all around you. You watch as the trees slowly begin to move aside on all around you, parting like a curtain. 4 seconds pass. What do?
I run any direction. I turn and find a hole.
Okay, give me a survival. The moment that you run, you take off sprinting, trying desperately to get away from this immediate predator. You trip, your claws dig into the ground to stop your fall, and then you hear it behind you. It sounds like a bear, no, bigger, like a dozen bears running in perfect synchronization. You glance back, and something with too many legs moving between the trees like a spider, but the legs are arms, human arms covered in fur, hands ending in claws like yours. And its face, give me a wisdom save. Very nice. The face is yours, but stretched wrong. The mouth opens too wide, and inside you see not teeth, but infinite regress. More mouths, smaller and smaller, going down forever, and it speaks in your voice. You can't outrun yourself. The trees begin to pulse. The forest changes. The bark ripples like skin. You realize the trees are not trees. They are legs. Massive, impossible legs holding up something so vast you cannot see where it ends. And between the legs, in the spaces where light cannot reach, you see eyes. Thousands and thousands of eyes, all watching you. And then you feel it. Its claws sink into your back. You feel yourself being pulled apart, not painfully, but like you were being unmade. Your blood floats upward. You see it floating upward in streams instead of down. Your bones begin to bend in directions that don't exist. And the voice, the pressure, says, you are always going to be caught. That's what prey is for. And you wake up, gasping, clawing at your own back. The table, you bump your head against the table, and you realize your claws are out, and you don't remember transforming. And at this, my friends, we move back to William, Sarek, Nix, and Stolas. Ridley had moved back down into the archives. Nix, Sarah, William, Stolas, what are you guys doing as it is now about 3:40, moving close to 4 a.m.?
How long has Nick's been gone at this point?
Just about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm not worried then.
And how long has how long has it been since everybody else has gone to bed?
About 30 minutes.
Oh.
Holy shit. Did we hear the crash in Zin's room of the table?
Give me a perception check. Give me a group perception check of the four of you.
I mean, I didn't get to throw it down, but ideally, it wouldn't be just a crash. Because that's one of Zin's, that's one of Zin's things, is control.
Then I would say no.
And it wouldn't just be the table. Waking up after that, Zin would throw himself up, hit the table, and probably scream. A nice, regular old.
Oh my god!
I love it. Inspiration for you, Zin.
And he just scrambles to the corner, in his transform mode. Yeah, flips the table, and then runs to a corner, looking at himself transformed under no control.
There was probably more than just his scream. Probably he's screaming. I don't know if Vandal would have been screaming from his nightmare, but Ren was also screaming. I'm not sure if Mia's screaming, but Mia might start screaming because of the other two screaming. But like right before all that, right before the chaos begins, William turns to Sarah and goes,
I don't think I registered that you could turn that kind of shade.
And cue the screams.
And everyone runs out of their rooms at the same time.
Pink cheeks.
Do you, Mia?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you guys hear your party screaming. What are you guys doing?
William is immediately sprinting.
I'm gonna yell to Stolas to go run and check on Nyx immediately.
It's Nadia. Where is she?
And I'm running towards the bang.
Where are you running, William?
Casually walk and retrieve Nyx.
I'm assuming that everybody is basically in like these rooms here. So I'm assuming that Mia's in one of the beds, and everybody that's screaming is in this area, and that's where
Either
William's
up
running.
here
Is
or down here, wherever you
That's
want
correct.
to.
Yeah.
He's running to the
I
center
thought we
of
were
the screaming.
I thought we were friends, William.
Priority number one is always going to be Mia. He makes. All right. Correction.
Good man.
Priority one was Nadia when
Yeah.
Nadia's with the party. Now that Nadia's not with the party, priority number two becomes priority number one, which is Mia.
Default X Factor.
And then, unfortunately, just because she is the small, priority number three, which is now priority number two, is Nyx.
I was just making my way back too.
Lines up.
I don't know where the door is. I can't see it on
There. Yeah, it was hard to find that. I don't even know that I ever did.
If there isn't a door, William will make a door. Please let there be a door.
For the door.
Please let there be a very evident door. I don't want to dismantle this temple.
No, there is. There's a very evident door that
I
goes.
want to bust through the door, but I actually checked
It goes directly right here.
Okay. I'm just saying because you did give me a hammer that does do siege damage. So
yeah. So there's a door that goes straight here. There's a door that goes straight here. There's a door that goes. This is a little walkway, like steps, and there's a door that goes in this way.
Yeah,
and then there's a door that goes this way too.
So William's going to first burst in here, and then seeing if there's no Mia in here, he's going to immediately dart over here and figure out where she is, locate her.
Darting in here at the same time too.
Get eyes on her, and then look to everybody else and make sure that nobody's bleeding. Lock eyes with Zin, and would sit there and make a placating gesture with his hand as he...
Get it under wraps, brother.
Yeah, role play it out, guys.
They didn't de-weapon us, right? We have our weapons.
Oh no, they de-weaponed us. Oh
Yeah,
no,
they did.
Yeah, we.
When you guys walked in, they requested that you guys turned your weapons in.
And how did William put his hand
Did they
on-
check us, or did we just hand over what they could visibly see?
No, they did not check you guys.
That's right. I wouldn't have had my hammer.
Nope.
So how did William put his hand on-
Okay.
Oh.
He didn't.
You thought he did?
Rolling
So-
token.
Upon seeing the others who should have been sleeping awake as well, I'll be like, did y'all see it too?
Wait a second. Sorry, guys. I jumped ahead. At this point, they did not de-weapon you guys.
Oh.
I have it in my notes for the next morning.
Yeah, because I
you
don't
guys
remember.
got here late at night.
Okay.
Magic in the air has de-weaponed you guys.
Yeah, no. You guys still have your weapons. If you guys are staying another night, but I don't want to get too far ahead.
Sarek is coming in, longsword drawn.
Zin is in the corner, pretty much hunched over on the bed, pushed into the corner.
Zin, are you alright?
No, get away. I don't know why I've changed. There was a vision. I just fell asleep. There's something not right here.
What happened? Was this? And I'm looking around with the table, and I'm trying to put it together. Did you throw this table?
Yeah, maybe. That's where I fell asleep. I'm just...
So the crash was you, nothing else, right? And I'm like prancing around the room.
Look at me. I didn't choose to do this. I didn't transform myself. This never happens.
Wait, is Zin transformed right now?
Yes, he's transformed right now.
Oh shit. Okay, that's probably a different interaction than I didn't realize you were transformed. My bad.
Keep it. It'll be funnier.
Okay, so maybe I'm not
Paying
looking at
attention.
Zin yet. We'll just do that. I'm just in the room like, oh, the table. The table, it's flipped over. Did you do
Pranced
this
in,
to me?
guys.
And then- yeah, so I haven't noticed
He's
Zin
like, he pony pranced in too.
yeah, Bodhi pranced. I heard there was coconut water in here. And Starrick continues to look through the room and is going to the other room.
Longsword still drawn.
Yes.
Would Sarek look at Vandal?
I walked right past. Yeah, sure. You looked okay. You didn't I walked right past you. Vandal.
I would look very spaced out, like literally, like completely blank.
I kind of step over you because you're a little short. So
Jesus Christ!
I'm on a fucking bed. So you literally hang on it.
Tripping Vandal.
Punch him in the dick.
Vandal, are you alright?
I sort of give it like slightly incoherent, like
Is Mia in this room?
Yes, I came in.
So is Ren. You see Ren sitting up.
Ren is coughing and gasping and kind of opens one eye and sees as Sarah pranced in, and she's like, "Put your long sword away, you fool!"
William would have, upon seeing Mia, would have immediately crossed the distance to her and, hands on her shoulder, like looking her over, making sure she's okay.
You're all right, or is everyone all right? What the hell is going on?
What have we
There's
done?
no danger here. We're
Made a
in a
mistake.
monastery.
I think the monastery's trying to tell us something.
Did
Clearly,
you
there was a large
have a nightmare?
ruckus. And Sarek is slowly putting his sword away, sheathing it.
You know, Sarek, back in my monastery, no one ran around with their long sword out.
Yeah, well, when it comes to my companions, I'm gonna do anything I can to make sure that I'm ready.
I see.
Monastery or not.
Mia, what do you mean? Mia?
I saw Nadia in pain and they were gonna use her. Oh. They wanted me to do. They wanted us to. If it came to it, would we be able to do something? They also mentioned something about a dream still.
Mia, what are you talking about?
William goes pale.
There's no danger here.
I think she's in danger.
It's probably just because she's been with us for so long. We're used to her being nearby. I don't.
So you didn't have any. What was?
Mia,
Vision?
give me a perception check.
Okay.
As you're recounting this, and brilliant, you have inspiration. Give me a perception check, because I would anticipate that you'd be speaking to the room, but glancing consistently at William.
I had a not so pleasant dream, but it's probably from exhaustion. We haven't eaten in a while. It's a lot of high emotions, so maybe that's what's wrong. And Ren is going to stretch her legs out and then bend them back as she's sitting on her butt and lift herself up. Everyone's okay. It's not like our nightmares attacked us. And Ren starts looking at her fingertips and feeling her hands and squeezing too tightly on her arms, as if she's cold, but also testing the pressure of her own strength. And you don't know this, but in her mind, she's like, "Are my bones still there?"
Derek will react to Ren's calmness and inner engage with Ren. Ren, you're acting like this is normal. Is this something that you're familiar with around here?
Not familiar, but it's not uncommon to have nightmares after such arduous journey and high emotional stress. I dealt with a lot of children at my monastery who had gone through terrible, terrible things, and their first nights in the monastery would produce horrible dreams and memories of them recalling whatever it was that they had been through. But
everyone? And Sarek
not
is. Zin literally flipped the table, and Sarek looks back and actually catches a glimpse of what Zin looks like at this moment. Oh God! Oh,
Fudges his huggies.
holy! Everyone's just not letting me. Oh, holy shit! Okay,
well,
this is normal. This is normal.
That part's not normal, sir. That part's not normal. That I don't know what that is. But it's I don't know. This is very strange. I've never seen so many adults have a nightmare at the exact same time. I don't know what it would mean.
That's so silly. That clearly was not a dream. Those were visions. Or fears. Or threats. I don't know about you, but I saw some of the worst possibilities. And Zen will kind of just turn away from the group again and try and focus on hopefully turning back into regular Zen rather than transform Zen.
Stark is walking over to Zin and is like, will stay under his breath. Are you able to turn that thing off?
Then remember deep breaths. Would you like me to sing the song to you again?
Active for more than 1 hour. Seek medical attention.
I hand Zin Snickers because he's clearly not himself when he's hungry.
Let's
Mia.
maybe let's all sit down and gather our thoughts and discuss what happened in our dreams, and maybe we can figure out why it happened. And Ren's gonna sit back down cross-legged.
Okay.
As you were recounting, you said you were speaking, and you look up, and you see William go pale as you specifically are recounting your story. About this time, Nyx and Stolas enter into the room. Take it away, guys. Great role playing.
What's all the screaming about?
You certainly took your sweet time. Didn't you hear me screaming for you?
No.
We're connected. And then she points 2 fingers at your eyes and then her eyes. Connected. You're supposed to know.
He stares at you with a confused look on his face. Right.
In her head, she is now having a conversation. Stolas, you should have heard, right? Because it was a dream that was in my head. You would have heard the interaction, the chaos, the fingers opening. You didn't see any of that? And she just looks at you, nothing coming out of her mouth. She just looks at you completely, like head tilted, brows furrowed, confused, like, why don't you understand?
Do you not not understand. Words that are coming out of my mouth.
As Ren is sort of scolding Stolas, Nyx will step forward and go, "I'm so sorry, Ren. It was my fault. He was just coming to get me. I'm sorry for taking so long."
It's okay, Nyx. Sometimes he just doesn't listen to when I'm talking to him, and she does air quotes.
And William, at this point, looks over to Stolas as he's entered the room. He raises a hand and gives a very ginger, come over here kind of gesture. His poker face completely slipped at the moment. Visible stress.
Stolas will take note of this as he starts to cross the room to follow William. He'll pause. He'll look at transformed Zin. Put your fury away.
Am I able
Talked
to?
about this.
Am I able to
Don't do
transform
this in
back?
public spacing.
John?
DM, you've muted.
Sorry. Yeah, I was muted. What's up?
So the dream forced me to actually change it. I woke up, shifted. Am I
That is
able
correct.
to shift back?
Yes.
So Zin, after sitting there in the corner for a little while, calming down, having Cyric freak out, Stolas finally yelling at him, I'm trying. And he kind of just, you see him kind of just go quiet for a second, and slowly his stature starts to shrink a little further, and his fur begins to ripple and shine. It almost looks to gain a light, but as it does, the dark fur, the red hints start to fade away and is replaced with Zin's normal brown and yellow fur, returning Zin back to his normal, smaller, thin stature. Hunched
Ren
over on the
noticed
bed,
the
still in the
red.
corner.
And thinks, what a pretty color.
Stay away from my fur. Zin will,
incredible.
Zin like stands up and starts rolling his shoulders and cracking his neck, like still facing away from the group. So sorry about that. I don't know what that was all about. I don't like this place. Did you say that Nadia's in danger?
Well, I saw blood coming, and I.
Which, as she starts and Stolas is coming over, he kind of makes a pausing gesture with his head. He goes,
"Wait, let's start from the beginning.
And
Let's just start from the beginning."
Okay, from the beginning. Let me think. First, I was in a garden. It was beautiful. And then I see Nadia kneeling down in the distance. She turns and sees me, and she runs and we give a warm embrace. Then my fae appears and tells.
As soon as you say the word fae, Sarek postures up.
I'm sorry, the fae you say?
And then she warned me about if would we be willing to sacrifice everyone if things don't go right, and what would
adorable.
what would we be willing to do to stop it? And
I'm sorry. The
And the
Fae, you say?
and then I saw, yes, yes, the Fae. That's what I said.
Which one?
Andrew. Wait, what was
Mia,
that?
these Fae creatures are known to not be trustworthy. Highly
Mine
untrustworthy.
has always been trustworthy when I needed her most. I know, but
You guys are making her nervous. Let her finish her dream.
I saw her Nadia bleeding, and I should have told you this, but the other day at the waterfalls, there was more. We were still trying to save Nadia there. Like, it's not over.
So in your vision, in your dream, Nadia's isn't safe. And likelihood that we just sent her down with them and she's not safe is what you're saying. Probably, maybe, kind of, sort of. And you talk to Faye. You keep it. That's a story for another time.
Okay, I don't know what it means yet either. What did you dream?
I dreamed what I fear most, loss of control. And I woke up like that. I ran. I was frightened, and then I saw me, but with just a horrible, disfigured manifestation of mouths and arms and teeth and fur and an amalgamation of just vile.
And you make fun of my dream not making sense.
I at least have nothing comparatively to connect me to her, or telling us that we're gonna have Nadia not be safe. It's just a fear of my own, of me, of who I am, of who I could be.
This is clearly emotion-based driven.
Well, then, I would like to be the first to say that I am proud for you for being emotionally available. It is very challenging for the male species of any kind to just share their thoughts and feelings in such a way, and I commend you.
Roll a wisdom saving throw to not throw her. No, I'm kidding.
She's genuinely saying that too.
Rin, did you have a dream?
Yes, it was a dream. Nightmare, maybe. There was a girl who asked me to sing, and I did. Not great, because as you already know, I'm not a bard, but I sang, and then her voice changed, and not in a normal way. My fingers opened and bled onto the floor, and each time my blood hit the ground, it made the sound of music, which was strangely pleasing to the ear. And then my bones started to quake and then soul might have left my body. It was just all very confusing. There was like a million me's and then something else happened. I don't know. But it was very, very confusing. I don't think it was a nightmare. I don't know if it was a dream. It was just very unreal. And I don't think it had anything to do with anything. But it's very strange that all of us had a nightmare at the same exact time. But then we all fell asleep at the same time. So what is that about? Was there a spell cast? Did we walk into a room that just had nightmare vision the whole time? I don't understand. So how would we decipher this without talking to someone who knows about dreams? Jolas, would you happen to know anything about dreams? Or is it just the stars? Because I know they can be sort of related at times.
Completely ignoring Ren. William.
Yeah, the moment that Ren starts going
on the list.
Yeah, the moment that Ren starts going on a rant, you can see Vandal's eyebrow starting to twitch a little bit. The only reaction so far that he's had since you guys walked into the room.
I believe. Well, Mia, I think. Who else was in here?
Shit, I was muted. But William looks back to me as he goes,
You mentioned something in particular.
Yes? What?
Wait, William. We need to know Vandal's dream first so it all can be pieced together.
Can't piece things together when we keep cutting up in the middle of it.
Laughing? I don't think anyone is laughing here, William. I haven't seen anyone crack a smile even.
he's fully turned his back to Ren.
Dream. Dreams haven't dreamed. They dream still.
And when she mentions Dream Steel, he looks to Stolas. He goes,
This can't be a coincidence.
No.
Vandal, you tinker.
Until today.
Do you know anything of this? Dreams?
I don't know anything about it. But I was wondering if it's possible, then we could, or someone could be.
What is the purpose of this dream steal, Mia? Did that get explained to you?
No, but maybe? It did not get explained to me, no. I'm just... Does anyone else know anything about it?
That was a very unique term.
Yeah. When we first got here, and we were over in this other side of the room speaking with one of the attendants, did he not tell us that this place would indeed bring out some sort of... I felt like he mentioned that this place did do or had some sort of
the
mythic
waterfall section? The one
something.
I touched and I got the vision? That's what I'm telling y'all about. There's that other place. I think we should all go there, and then maybe we each have a piece of a puzzle. No, and if we put our hands together in the water, maybe we can figure out what the picture is, the complete picture.
Well, we still need to know what Vandal dreamed.
Yes, Vandal. What did you dream?
Everybody turns to Vandal. What's Vandal doing still?
I mean, just twitchy eyebrow at the moment. Still contemplating exactly what he was seeing in his dream.
Who's near him? Somebody shake him.
Oh, Ren is gonna walk up. She's gonna put a gentle hand on Vandal's shoulder and look into his eyes.
That
Vandal?
tranquilizes her.
He didn't even mean to.
Tell me he wouldn't.
Unblinking.
Right? You didn't even see it coming.
I almost encourage it.
Don't
I'm done. With your history, Zin, as you're remembering, Master Batu did not specifically, when he was giving you the tour of the facilities, he didn't specifically say that this place would bring back or bring about visions or anything of the sort, but specifically the 7 pools where Mia had her first vision would. And it is used to specifically bring about visions of both past, present, and potential futures.
Yeah, I remember it
Yeah.
took me past, present, and future.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in order; it was all mixed up or something.
That is correct. It's for
You don't know what it is.
right. It's for the viewer to piece together.
Which is hard to do.
However, Stolas, as you're listening, go ahead and roleplay that out, and then Ren, you walk over and you jolt or jostle Vandal awake. Vandal, give me a wisdom saving throw. And go ahead, continue to roleplay.
Well, is this urgent, or is it something that could potentially wait till the morning? It is a little late, and if we don't go to bed soon, we will be out until noon.
Unless we just don't go to sleep at all, which is also an option.
Yeah, I'm for that right now. I don't think I'm going to be going back to bed right now, even though I am about as exhausted as it gets. Zen starts blinking his eyes like a kind of like a crazy man, off like one blink at a time, almost a wink blink.
Stolas, if you would like to rest, we will keep watch over you, and William and Nix as well. I think maybe that would be a good exchange. That way, if you guys wake up screaming, then we can catch you.
Wait, but doesn't anyone want to go to the waterfall with me?
I don't know
Yeah.
if we can handle that right now.
It's 4 a.m.
I just want to know. I want some answers.
My dream was so cold, so empty. I was a walking tin can.
Is
it?
Tell us more, Vandal.
I was just literally just a walking tin can, without a soul, without any passion.
Ren just envisions a can with legs and arms. And nothing inside. Was that a good or a bad thing?
That was a very, 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 very bad dream.
Well, Vandal, thank you so much for sharing. And Zin, thank you again for being a leader and expressing your emotion and feeling. Vandal, I just want to commend you on your braveness in sharing your thoughts and feelings and how that disturbed you to such a degree, because as I mentioned before, males of any species have a lot of difficulty sharing their emotions. So thank you so much for that. Mia, if you wish to go this evening/morning, I will go with you. And Vandal, maybe you should too, I'll hold your hand. And then she'll lean in and whisper, "You're not a tin can."
Vandal would start reaching for those needles right now.
With the dreams weighing heavily on each of you. And now the mention of dream still. In one of those dreams, this unfathomable artifact with new mysteries now being lain before you, and with many paths beginning to reveal themselves forward. As you sit here gathered in the room, you hear the sound of a bell in a distant gong, 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 gong. 4 strikes, letting you know that it is now officially 4 in the morning. As the sounds of footsteps begin to echo through the chamber of the entry hall, you look out the open doorway and you see rows of monks walking in unison, as they begin to prepare for their morning routines. And the mystery, the weight of this new stranger in Ridley, the weight of the dream steal and what it means, the weight of what you saw in each of your dreams, all beginning to collide on your mind. But that's for another time. And this, my friends, is where we will end.
Ooh.
Mia looked, Van.
Good session.
He's insane. Insane people go looking for hard truths at 4 in the morning on no sleep. Do you want to end up like him?
I'm ready to continue the RP on our next session. So, I'm excited. I have some questions.
What an amazing session tonight.
Thank you guys. You guys made
solid session.
Thank you.
I love the story sessions. These are fun.
Me too. And go ahead, if you did not specifically get given inspiration, you guys did a fantastic amount of role playing tonight. I'm so thankful and so proud of you guys. You should be proud of yourself. Please mark inspiration on your sheet, and we will see you next time. Hit that bell, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and stay tuned for more of Sands of Fate.
That's right.
Oh, no, nerds.
Oh no, Nerds Production!
Hey!